few questions I wanted to ask was basically how you acclimated to a change in work, like scenery. I think that starting your own venture is like a huge change, and I just wanted to ask like how you adapted to it, and like if you had any challenges that you had to overcome.
Yeah. So I was working, as you know, part-time at a software company, being a recruiter, working around 20, 25 hours a week. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was going through so much recruiting and interviews, and I was very familiar with it at that point, and still learning how I can navigate that successfully. Because I did have time on my hands, I said, why not just do this? Especially, I'm a recruiter. I can really help people because I know what it's like, you know, to be an interviewee and an interviewer. So I'm getting all this knowledge of what recruiters really look for in an ideal candidate, what are the keywords, how you should polish your resume to even get your foot in the door. And a lot of it that inspired me was the pandemic, and people getting laid off, they're getting the offers taken away. It's just a horrible time, and even those applying are having a difficult time. So I just thought it would be really helpful. For me, it's fun because I've been doing this for a while. I just wasn't a business. I was already talking to my friends of how they can, you know, increase their opportunities and improve in interviewing. So a challenge that came up was just knowing how to use technology, because I'm not very tech savvy. And
I think you are.
I don't think so. But yeah, just trying to navigate that was difficult because a large part of it is having HD, having subtitles, posting on certain platforms, targeting a certain audience, and the formatting. There's so much involved for people to see your video. So I think for me to grow my business is to increase exposure. So I know I need to know how to navigate those different platforms. That was a challenge, because once I do that, then I can start having more clients, and then I can start, you know, building revenue and stuff like that. But my goal was not to make money per se. Like, I charge really low. I personally think I charge really low. I don't know. It's just fun for me. I don't know why.
So I remember you saying that you already gave advice to your friends and colleagues and like these counseling in general, but then after you made it into like an official like consulting service, a business, like have you seen any like notable changes with the kind of advice you give?
I would say I prepare a lot more for the consultation sessions, because I can't just go in there and try and answer everyone's questions. There might be questions I don't know. So I usually ask clients, what industry are you looking to apply in? What are your career goals? Do you need help with your resume, or is it interviewing or networking? So I'm just trying to kind of pick their brain of what direction they're trying to go in. And then I try and build out notes, do some research, collect some links. It's a lot of preparation because I want to be organized, and that's just a part of professionalism. You don't want to do things on the spot unless, you know, you're really good at that.
And like, so because of the preparation, you've never like gotten any difficulties like during the sessions? Like, oh, they ask you a question, you're like, I'm not really sure. How do you kind of deal with that?
If I'm not sure about the question, I mean, usually I have an idea, so I'll offer whatever knowledge I have on the spot. But if I'm not prepared, then obviously I'll follow up with them on any resources or notes that I find later on. So I definitely want to give them the best answer possible, you know, so that they can take away as much value as they can.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so wonderful. Do you see yourself growing because I know it's like something on the side, but do you just see yourself growing it a little bit more, like offering more services or like trying to get more clients, or is it something just like during your free time?
Right now, just in my free time, especially because I'm going to start my new full-time role, so I'm not going to have as much time to work on the business or post. I honestly am not super ambitious with the business. Like, I'm not trying to make a living out of it. It's really just something that I enjoy, and I feel like I could help people in. And just why not? I mean, people post all the time on YouTube, Instagram.
Right.
Like, people are creating content every day, all day. So I want to know what it's like to do that and just like learn and see how the internet works. It's really cool. But if the business goes really, really well, I mean, maybe I'll consider something, but it's nothing that I'm saying in a 1 year time span, I'm going to try to make X amount of revenue, try to get X amount of followers. I don't think that's not really my goal.
Hmm. How do you think your experience would change if you were more ambitious about it and you were trying to make it like your primary financial endeavor?
I think I would look at different services that are similar to mine and see exactly what they're doing and kind of stalk them. And but these would be successful companies. So I follow some on on LinkedIn, sorry. I'll scroll through the LinkedIn for maybe like 10-15 minutes and find out what kind of keywords they're using, how are they interacting with their followers, how are they holding events. So I would definitely look more into stuff like that, maybe holding webinars.
What are some things you hope to learn if you haven't learned anything yet?
I just want to learn how to make good content, because right now I am, charging for consultations, of course, but I also want to give out free content because, one, what if you can't afford the consultation? And two, you should give a lot more than you get in the beginning, I think, when you're starting off in a new venture like a business. So that would help attract people and grow your audience. I want to know how to be a great speaker, because I feel like I know how to interview a lot better now, but speaking in front of camera or teaching someone how to do this or improve this is really different.
How do you think content creation, which is something that you said you wanted to learn from this endeavor, can it be applicable to the jobs that, like, for example, your incoming job or something that you're looking for?
Oh, yeah. I think the creative aspect, just learning and experimenting, trial and error. It'll also help me be comfortable with taking initiative. I like to think that I'm comfortable with taking initiative, but obviously sometimes I have fears, I have doubts. I'm like, oh, I don't want to post it here. I don't want to post this video. But my friend that I also work closely with, that has been giving me advice on like what I should do. And he has his own business too. So like we talk to each other about it. Content creation would just help me become more creative in that aspect. And in my current role, I can learn how to be a good leader because I'm ultimately leading myself. This is very just like all this is self-investment. So that'd be kind of interesting to see how hard I work, how motivated I am to work under someone else in a different company, not just for myself. So I can easily transfer those skills over.